as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about how my best friend tried stealing my job. So, this happened like last summer, so exactly like last summer. Well, 1 year ago. Okay, so let's hop right into the video. My hair keeps messing up. I always play with my hair, but anyway. Okay, so this girl, like, me and her were close, and if you seen my last video, well, not exactly my last video, but the video before, the story time where I said, a hoe tried fucking my best friend boyfriend. Well, this was my best friend, like, from that video. So me and her were really close, like we were like really good friends, and me and her wanted to get jobs. So this was the time, like, me and her were talking about like where we wanted to work and everything. And she was working at, like, at the meantime she was working at a restaurant that was like 2 hours away from us and stuff, and she really liked the place and everything. I was like, okay, good, like, that's good for you, boo. So I, like, right after that, like, this was in the summertime, like in June, I started, to work at a pizza place, and that place, oh my god. I'm just happy I don't, like, work there. Like, I was working there for, like, 4 weeks. Like, they were training me. But it was, like, really weird. Like, my sister, like, she had worked there. But, I mean, like they were, like, training me. But, like, when I was done, like, being trained, they didn't give me enough time to, like, study the menu. Because, like, the menu was, like, it was 4 pages front to back. And it had, like, a whole bunch of, like, I mean, some of the stuff, like, I didn't know, because it was, like, pizzas, like, cheesesteak, salads, hoagies, like, all of that stuff, and, like, pasta and all that. But, like, like, they didn't give me enough time to, like, fully study it, and they thought, like, I knew all of it, but, like, no, it was just bad. And, like, the owner, he didn't really want me to be on the phone, like, too long, like, to talk to the customer, like, answering, like, the phones. I'm like, well, I'm gonna get the order, like, and some of the customers, like, they took a long time to decide what they wanted, so it wasn't really my fault. And, like, other things, like making the hoagies was another thing that I would do, and, like, they just thought I knew everything, and, like, there was a lot that I was really new to, because that was, like, my first job ever, so, I mean, they just kind of, like, thought I knew. But anyway, like, so, I was working there, and I told my best friend during the time, let's just call her, should I call her? I can't think of the name. Jackie, okay. Let's just name her Jackie, because I don't know what other names to name her. So, the girl, she, like, my best friend, but, like, I was telling her and everything, because I posted on, like, Snapchat, and I got a job and everything, and she was like, oh god, she was like, well, how much do they pay you, like, and she was asking me all kinds of questions like that, and I was telling her, and I was kind of like, you know, I wasn't even, like, really thinking about it, because she was, like, my best friend, so it was just like, oh yeah, you wanna know, like, what's up and everything, you know, but it's okay. And and then a week later, that I was, like, working there, I guess she came in on a day that I wasn't working, and she was with her mom, and her mom was saying that she was looking for a job, and like she would love to work there, and I was kind of like, well, you already have a fucking job, like why do you need another one? Like really, bitch? And also I was more of like you know I worked there, like I mean yeah, that'd be cool, like we both work there, but I mean like I would want to keep it professional because I'm trying to make money and I don't need no distractions. And so like my boss, he was like, okay. So he wrote her name down on the paper and he put it in the office. But I was more shocked, like, and the reason why I found out was because my friend at the job, she told me, and also when I write down like how many hours I worked that day and stuff in the office, I seen her name and her phone number on the board with other girls' phone numbers that wanted to work there too. So I was like, oh wow, this fucking bitch, like really. So I messaged her. I was more of like, I'm like, girl, like you already have a job. Like, why are you trying to work there? Like, what? Like, bitch, are you trying to call? Cause this girl, like, let me tell you, like, we're not close, like, as we used to be. Cause like she's jealous of me, like, like even before like last year, I was wearing like a flower shirt, and she came into school and she was like, "Oh, I like your shirt." The next day, she was wearing something really similar to it. She would always say that I have a nice butt and everything, and like I don't know, it's like hard to describe it, but like you know when a girl's jealous of you because like you would notice every little thing that she would do, she would try to copy you, and that's exactly what she was doing. And so I was like, well, this was coming to the time where I was gonna stop working there because they already had like enough staff that they didn't really need me, and also the boss was an asshole. Like just keep it real, and like it wasn't even like easy. It was like really fucking hard, and they expect you to do everything. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do everything. I can't cook every fucking thing. I can't make every fucking sandwich. I can't answer calls because calls always were coming in. I can't clean, like, oh my god. Like, it was just so much. Like, I can't even explain it to you. Like, it was just, they, like, can't expect you to do everything. And they were gonna cut me off because they already had enough staff. I already said that. But also, he was saying that I wasn't answering the phone right. Like, okay. So the one time I was answering the phone, but like this guy, I guess he was like I don't even know who he was, but he was standing on the side, so I was guessing like cause he was talking to one of the managers, so, and he picked up the phone first, and then he was like, here, he wants something. I was like, why did you answer the phone? Like, what? So, I just took it from him, and I was like, hello, anyone there? And no one answered. So I was like, okay, so I hung up, because no one answered me. And, and then I guess, like, a couple days after that, my boss told me that it was him on the phone. I was like, okay, well, why didn't you answer? Like, it was so weird, like, I don't know how to, like, tell you. Like, it was just, I was just so glad to, like, because, like, after, like, a full day of work, like, I was just so glad to be home. Like, I was so done. Like, probably a lot of people think about that about work, but, I mean, like, I was just, like, the first day, I was just, like, holy shit. Like, they didn't train me for, like, the 2 weeks that they were supposed to. They more of, like, asked me if I know already how to do something, and I told them no, and then they were just like, oh, well, here, I'll teach you. And then they, like, taught me it real quick. And then the next day they assume I, like, remember what they said. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so they were, like, letting me go at that time. And she, like, I was texting her. I was like, you already have a job. Like, why are you trying to work there? And she was telling me, she was like, oh, well, they seem like they're really going to hire me. So I'm all for it. And she was like, oh, I'm going to quit that job anyway because it's, like, an hour away and everything. And I just don't feel like driving that far away to work and everything, you know? Like, having my mom run me out there and everything. I was like, okay. There's, like, a fucking other pizza place, like, across the street. There's, like, a McDonald's, like, right there. Like, there's other fucking pizza places. Like, where I live, like, there's a whole bunch of pizza places. I was like, why are you trying to work where I'm working, bitch? Like, but I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I was just telling her, like, because she was a close friend of mine. Again, I'm saying that again. But, like, I was telling her, like, my problems and everything that, like, was happening there. And she was like, oh, well, like, she was just, like, trying to prove, like, she could work better than me. And I was just like, you're my friend? Like, what? And then she was just trying to, like, up one me. She's like, well, if I work there, like, you know, I'm really gonna focus on working and everything. I'm like, well, yeah, like, you should do that. But, like, I was just so frustrated at the point. I was just like, you know that I wanted to work there. And I was finally working there. And you knew that I was, like, mad that they were letting me go. And you didn't even care. And you wanted me to work there. But I'm just happy that she don't work there. They didn't even hire her, so. Bitch. Like, I don't even care. But, yeah, so that's the time a fake bitch tries stealing my job. And, yeah. I'm a jealous little bitch, but that's all I have to say. Yeah, so, see you guys later.